And Rachel, there is quite a bit of stigma around mental health we were discussing. And would you be able to share so we can demonstrate to people, try to break those stigmas, and show how important it is to look for some support and yourselves here in Kingston?
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's really great to be here while you're talking about debt, because I know we've talked a lot about the stigma around talking about debt. I think as you've correctly said, I think things are slowly changing, but there's still a lot of stigma around mental illness, around how we support people who might be struggling with their mental health. I think we're still not at the stage where it's the same as how we support people who are experiencing physical health conditions. And we obviously provide a lot of mental health support services.
What's the biggest stigma? What do people think? I'm not going to look for mental health support. Well, because I'm not crazy, or what do you reckon is the rationale when people are not comfortable, not confident to look to seek for support?
Yeah. So I think you're right. There's still probably a lot of damaging misconceptions out there, about the language that might get used, some of those really damaging words like crazy,
people might think
labeling.
They would be labeled as.
Yeah. But also, just a lack of understanding around mental illness. I think also, it doesn't help the way it's often portrayed in the media. I think really, really serious mental health conditions, that might involve psychosis, hearing voices, all things like that, can sometimes be, portrayed in a really damaging and just completely incorrect
and put people
way.
off.
Yeah, and I think, one of the biggest misconceptions people have, is that people who are struggling with severe mental illness might be dangerous, or things like that. But actually, we know that those people are much more likely to be at risk themselves from harm from others, which I think says a lot about our society, sadly.
Who's the normal?
Yeah.
Who is considered not having, as you're saying?
And I think as well, people are still worried, what are other people going to think? What are if I disclose this in an interview, am I gonna experience discrimination? In the workplace, if I actually share what's really going on for me, am I going to be discriminated against? So there's of course there's real reasons that people are scared, or worried about talking about
the
mental illness.
Discrimination that comes with you sharing that you experience mental health and you've got support.
Absolutely, and people just maybe misunderstanding what that can involve. I think also there's lots of oversimplification, or for example, to use the example of OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, you still get people saying, oh, that's a bit, I'm a bit OCD, or when they're actually meaning they like things to be clean or tidy. That's not what OCD is. It's the word disorder is in there. And it can be really debilitating. And actually, but people's understanding might be just a fraction of what it actually is to live with a condition like that. So,
would you be able to give? So you said OCD. Would you be able to give some more examples of what? So for the viewers, everybody watching, what is anxiety, depression? What other conditions are considered some mental health condition that people can get support and probably should?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a whole range of different mental health conditions, I think, and within that, someone's experience of depression is going to be very different to someone else's experience of depression. It's as varied as physical illness. So, but you've mentioned a few, there's a few great examples there, anxiety, depression, schizophrenia is another one as well, lots of different conditions.